G'day guys, what's cracking? It's Ralph here, and today we are vlogging with the Insta360 X4 to answer the question, should you buy it? If your needs are like vlogging, outdoor, drone simulation, those sort of shots, should you buy this camera? Now, the vantage point I have is I didn't buy it, and they didn't send it to me. One of my mates, Pete, yep, and look at me tilting the camera, but I could just swing it around like this. Yes, he bought it, spent his hard-earned money on it, which means I can say anything I like about it, even if it's rubbish. We just won't show him the video. So let's move on. First of all, a bit of a 360 so you can see how it goes. It's right on sunrise. The sun has just come over the horizon, but it's blocked by those clouds. You probably won't be able to see the detail that I can with my naked eye. We're filming at 5.6. That's not right. 60 frames a second. It shoots up to 8K, and we'll do a bit of 8K simulation in a minute. But what I want to do is just run through a couple of the experiential things. There's a ton of things out there about settings and how the camera works and stuff. It's got these plugs on the side. This is how you access the battery. This is where the SD card pops in. These are microphones, and you've got these nice covers that go over the lenses. However, if you dunk it underwater, when you put the covers over the lenses, it actually blurs and you capture the sun glare, just like I did here when I first started. So you've got to keep that in mind too. If you're going to dunk it underwater, you need the opportunity to fully clean it afterwards. I'm just going to give it back to Pete and get him to clean it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to be honest. All right, so the sun has just come over the horizon, which I will have shown you as I'm chatting to you, because you can do that with the 360 camera. I'm going to edit this on my desktop because editing it on your phone is just so frustrating. So the advantage of a phone edit like such is that you can just do it anywhere, anytime through Bluetooth, and you're good to go, you're away. But with a proper edit like what I want to do for this video, you've got a challenge. Now, people have said about this camera that the audio is rubbish. Now, what I've done is I've vlogged so far, and you would have seen in the bottom hand corner which audio I'm using. So you can tell I've got the DJI mic on here, but I don't want to use this audio unless I absolutely have to. But I don't want to do a lot of hard work and go home and find out that audio is just unusable, and like I've just wasted my morning with a video. I'm going to turn the camera around, and right about now is the seam. So 360s, they have this portion, they have this portion from the lenses, and then there's a seam here. I'm far away, I'm at vlogging distance now. That's comfortable vlogging distance. If I go like this, what do you reckon? Is that the ugliest thing you've ever seen? But as you put the camera away, as you can see, and I'm on a 10-foot selfie pole, that's about 6 feet from my head. What do you reckon? Obviously the audio at this distance is going to be struggling a fair whack. Now, one of the reasons you might purchase a camera like such is so you can do a bit of drone simulation. And so what I'm going to do now is a bit of drone simulation on the Telesun 10-foot selfie stick. Link here if you want to have a look at what that does and how that works. And we're also going to see about stabilization, because the 360 camera shouldn't have an issue with stabilization, but I'm intrigued to see how it goes. Now, what I'm going to do is just extend the pole, do a bit of a circle round through some of the trees, and then into the water. And so we're going to see how this does in the water. Then we'll do a low light test and a low light test in the water. Come on. Push this sucker right out to 10 feet, which is kind of truly terrifying. You know the theory with car rentals, that you can just treat them terrible because you don't own them? I feel like that with this camera. I know, that's awful, isn't it? Can you see the 10-foot selfie pole? This is not a Insta360 version, and so you'll probably see the bolt at the top that's holding the camera to the pole. Well, let's just have a go at this. Low light, so this is sunrise, and it is pretty dark. The other test with low light is underwater. So let's stick it underwater low light, and you won't be able to see anything. You ready? Woo. Oh, and I bet the audio is really rubbish now. So I've just pulled it straight out of the water, and so it may have water in the microphone, muffling it a little bit. I asked Pete and he said, no, I didn't buy the audio muffly things. Like, oh, I think that's its professional name, it's audio muffle thing. So if the audio is questionable, it's on Pete this morning. But also you'll be able to see, look at the clarity of the lens. Was the lens able to shirk off the water quite easily? Is the audio still crisp and clean? Or is its quality being compromised in any way? One of the big selling points of the X4, other than the drone noise pollution, goodness, I'm trying to make a video here, folks, is its 8K capacity. So on 8K it can only shoot 30 frames a second, but the thing about 8K is you have to have the gear at home to be able to edit it without breaking it. So you want a really modern phone, you want a really high power computer, both of which I have, so this shouldn't be an issue. But also with 8K you can zoom in. So I'm going to just extend my selfie pole, and then there's a guy on a surf ski that we're just going to zoom in on and see how close we can get, and he's probably a couple of 100 meters away from me. All right, we're at full selfie extension. We're going to do a through the water, out of the water, zoom on this dude, and let's see the quality of it all. There he is. It's pushing on him. At what point does it break down? I'd like to thank you, Mr. Surfski Man, for your participation in this video, willing or unwilling. The other problem with a selfie stick that's 10 foot long is you can't just turn it off. In fact, I'm hoping I even turned it on. I did turn it on. And now I'm going to turn it off. There's a record button on the front, a bunch of other buttons, but there's other videos that have gone into that. Go to them and check them out rather than me boring you with all those details today. For those of you worried about 8K and overheating, which is a legit worry, and the research thus far says you get about 20 minutes out of it, I am very pleased to announce that the 2 minutes I used 8K for was completely fine. No, it was really not an issue. Didn't overheat. Even the little bag pouch that you put it in, it's got like a heat rating. So when the camera's on fire, you can put it in your pouch and still put it in other things and not set fire to them. It's thoughtful, very thoughtful. Another factor that's probably pretty helpful to understand and realize with this camera is it comes with this bracket that kind of protects it a little bit, holds it on some of the corners, so if you were to drop it. But when you put your selfie stick on that, if you have the bracket on the camera as you put the selfie stick on, you cannot take the bracket off. So and you can't pull the camera out, so you'll need to unscrew it in order to take the bracket off of the camera and then rescrew it or do whatever you need to do, which is helpful to know when you put it underwater and you want to clean it afterwards. So you want to make sure you give it a good clean, especially in fresh water if you're in salt water like I am. Guys, I'll be interested to see what you think. If you're going to buy this camera, how would you use it? This is the price tag, and it's a really reasonable price tag for the tech and camera that you get. I'm about to be shredded by a drone. All right, let's do this. Yep, I see. I gotcha. Let's do it. Oh. Is that riveting, folks? I was a little bit scared, but it's okay. It's not my drone. It's not my 360 camera. I was safe all the way through. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please put any comments you like down below, except nice ones. If you enjoyed the channel, subscribe. There's more of this rubbish to come. And give it a like. Just that thumbs up makes a massive difference, and watch the ads. Oh, such a cheapskate. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, thanks Pete for letting me borrow the old 360. How's that for a thumbnail?